how to write the structure in the form of Lewis structure. So we know how to write the Lewis structure, and this Lewis structure can also be written as I shown yesterday, that put the electrons in the form of dots. So this is also Lewis structure, but this is called as a dot structure. Dot structure means here you are putting the dots here. What is dots indicate? Dots are represent the electrons are represented by means of dots. So these are the dots form the sigma bond between carbon hydrogen, carbon hydrogen, carbon hydrogen, carbon hydrogen. So either you can write this structure or this structure. Both these structures are called as Lewis structure. This is called a dot structure. Dots here you are putting the dots to indicate the electrons. 4 electrons of carbon, 1 electron of hydrogen each. So total 8 electrons are on the carbon, 2 electrons are on the hydrogen. Okay, so this is called as Lewis structure. The next one is condensed structure. Now in this condensed structure, suppose the compound contains more number of carbon atoms. In that case, it has to be written in a short form. Condensed structure means a short structure. This is a complete structure. This can be written in the form of short structure. How to write this short structure? Say for example, you have got the compound C4H10. This compound can be written in short form. When you are writing in the short form, you have to omit certain things. You have to omit the bonds. Bonds are not written. Understand? Bonds are not written. Therefore, this compound, the full structure or the Lewis structure of this compound, as I told yesterday, is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this has got 3 hydrogens. This has got 2 hydrogens. Similarly, 2 hydrogens and 3 hydrogens. This is the complete structure or Lewis structure. Condensed structure. In the condensed structure, you are not writing the bonds. Only the elements have to be written. Now here the element is carbon, and this carbon is connected to 3 hydrogens. So don't write bonds there, simply write hydrogen. How? CH3. That means this carbon is linked to 3 hydrogen. Okay? Then don't write the bond, this bond also. Write there CH2. And then CH2. CH3. Or you can put a dot there in between. So this is called as condensed structure, short structure. When you are writing this short structure, you are not writing the bonds here. This bond, this bond, this bond, all these bonds are omitted, removed. And this is called as condensed structure. Okay? It can be further written in still short form. Can you write? Write this in still short form. How? Look, CH3, CH2, CH2. There are 2 CH2. So write there the bracket CH2 plus. So this CH2, they are not written separately. Okay? And therefore it is written CH2 twice and then CH3. Don't put the question like this. Sir, how this can be also written like this of carbon. And CH3 twice, CH2 twice. This is not correct. This is not correct. Why it is not correct? How these carbon atoms are linked to each other is not clear there. So say there are 2 CH3, sir. So you can write CH3 twice. There are 2 CH2, sir. You have written CH2 twice. Therefore, that is the condensed structure. You can still make the condensed structure like this. No, this is not correct. You cannot write like this. So, The two CH groups are at the end there. Therefore, you have to write at the end only, not in the beginning. Therefore, these two groups are written at the end. And in written structure, written CH2 twice. So, the condensed structure is like this, or like this, and not like this. Okay? I think you have followed. So, this is called as condensed structure. When you are writing the condensed structure, what you have omitted? ಏನು ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬಿಟ್ರಿ, ಏನು ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬಿಟ್ರಿ, ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಪೈ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬಿಟ್ರಿ. So this is called as condensed structure. Condensed means a short structure. Suppose you have got a compound like this. This compound, it is a full structure, loose structure. How to write a condensed structure here? Look here, don't write these bonds. CH3. There is CH2. CH2. Then what is there? CH3. Remember here, this is a branch, because this carbon is connected to 1, 2 and 3 carbons. It's called a branch. Therefore, this branch, it is written like this, CH3. Here you are omitting the bond. CH, this bond you have omitted. This bond also you have omitted. Then CH3 you have written here. Okay? And then CH2. CH3. If there is a branch here, that can be written in a bracket here. When you write this bracket, it means this CH3 is attached to this carbon. Fine? Any problem here? So, this carbon carries H and carries CH3. So whatever you have written the bracket there corresponds to this carbon. Is that clear? Fine? So the branch which is there can be written in a bracket there. So this is the way of writing the condensed structure. Okay? Similarly, another condensed structure is there. You know what is this compound? Do you know what is compound? It is benzene. Probably you have studied in SLC. I don't know. This is called as benzene. Okay? Now to write this in a condensed form, this is the loose structure, where I have written the atoms and the bonds and shown the bonds also. Atoms you have shown, and bonds you have shown. So this is the full structure which is called as loose structure. How to write in the condensed way? Don't write any atom. What are the atoms there? Carbon, how many? 6 in the ring. And each carbon is carrying 1 hydrogen. Don't write that hydrogen also. So don't write carbon, don't write hydrogen. Then how to write? By means of bonds only. By means of bonds only. Like this. I think that I'm coming to little later. So this can be also written in the condensed form, where you write in this form. double bond is there, put double bond is there, double bond. Here, you are not written the atoms, you are written only the bonds. Okay, so this is also called as condensed form, or it is also called as bond line form. So this structure will come little later. Now let us go for the bond line structure. Okay, so omitting the bonds, how you can write the structure there? CH, 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 CH. This shows that all the 6 carbon atoms are in the circle and each carbon carries a hydrogen that is not bonded in there. But this is not the correct way of representing benzene. It is not the correct way of representing benzene. So anyway, when you are writing the condensed structure, you have to write only the elements and no bonds. For example, I have written sugar compound. Suppose I give you another compound. Can you write the short structure? Say for example, CH3, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. This is the Lewis structure containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. And this is the end carbon, this is the end carbon. And these are in between there are, how many CH2 groups are there? 4 CH2 groups are there. So the condensed structure you can write CH3, CH2, 4 times, and then CH3. Okay? So this is how you can write a condensed structure for this particular structure. Okay? So this is another method which is called as condensed structure. Suppose you have got so like that you can go and write it. Suppose you have got a compound like this, CH3, Lewis structure, right? So tell me how you can write the condensed structure of this compound. How to write the condensed structure? It's the first carbon, last carbon, CH3, CH3. This is compound carbon containing H and CH3, H and CH3. Therefore, you can write there CH, CH3 twice. Hello? CH. This CH3 corresponds to this carbon. This CH3 is attached to this carbon. Like that, there are 2 groups. So twice. CH, CH3, bracket complete, another bracket complete, twice. Or you can write the square bracket also, no problem. CH2, CH2. So you write here CH2 twice. CH3. So this is called as condensed structure for this Lewis structure. Okay? Any problem here? So in the condensed structure, what you are not writing? You are not writing the bonds. You are writing only the elements present. Right? So this is how you have to write the condensed structure. Now there is structure which is called as bond line structure. Shall I write it out this? I will write it. Next one is the bond line structure. Bond line structure. Here what is done is the carbon atoms are not written and hydrogen atoms also not written. Here you will not write the atoms, either carbon or hydrogen. Say for example, you have got a compound like this, CS3, CH2, CH3. Suppose this compound is there. How to write the bond line structure? In the bond line structure, you are not writing the atoms. ಯಾವ atoms ಬರೆದಿಲ್ಲ? Carbon, hydrogen ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Carbon and hydrogen are not written. If there are any functional group, that functional group can be written. I will show it later. Okay? So this compound is a hydrocarbon. Compound containing only carbon and hydrogen. And to write this compound in a bond line structure, you have to write only the bonds here. Only the bonds. Look here. CH3. How will we write? CH3, CH2, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, CH3. Here, I have written the atoms also. Further, you should not write the atoms there. You will not write atoms. CH3 will not write, CH2 will not write, this CH2 will not write, is CH2 regular, is CH2 regular. Carbon and hydrogen atoms are not written. Okay? Write only the bonds. So how to write this? You don't write this. What is that? Bond is there. Look, I can write like this. This bond has, and no carbon, no hydrogen, no carbon, no hydrogen, bond. Then this. Here I have not written CH3, here also I have not written CH2. Here I have not written CH2. Then write one more bond. What is there? CH2. Don't write it. लिखना का कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Then put one more bond here. What is there? CH3. Don't write. Don't write. Don't take the trouble of writing the atoms only. So here you have written this bond, this bond, this bond, this bond. What is there in this end? And another CH3. Another CH2. Another CH2. Another CH2. Another CH3. So this will show you how to write this compound in a bond line structure. You are writing only the bonds here, no atoms. Is that clear? I will give you another compound. Suppose you have got this thing. Very simple thing. CH3, 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 CH3. How to write this in a bond line structure? There are only two carbons and a bond is there. So write the bond between two carbon atoms. If you write this line, there are two ends, one end, two ends. This end CH3, this end CH3. Okay? So this is the bond line structure for this ethane. Suppose it is like this. CH3, CH2, CH3. How to write like this? You write like this, or you can write like this. So this corner CH3, this corner CH2, this corner CH3. Right? Or like this. This compound, propane, can be written like this or like this. Here you are given only the bonds between two carbon atoms. No, nothing else. Suppose you have to got this content, like that, right? Yes. How to write this bond line structure? Very easy. CH3, don't write C and H. Put a dot there. Between CH3, draw a line. What is there? CH. And this carbon attached to CH3. So, draw a line here. It means the second carbon has got a line here with CH3. And then draw this one. CH2, CH3. There are three CH3 groups. Yenadava, E3 bondati, E3 bondati, illum. So ECH3, this is present on the second carbon. First and second, third and fourth. This is first, this is second, this is third and fourth. On the second carbon, the CH3 group is there. It means here, what is there? One carbon attached to three hydrogen. One carbon attached to three hydrogen. One carbon attached to CH3 group and one H. H or not H? Here it is connected to CH2, CH3. Hope you have followed it. It's called as bond line structure. Bond line structure. Now let me write another compound. CH2, 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 CH2. Please verify the balances of carbon. How many carbons are there? 6 carbons are there. This carbon is connected to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. How to write this in a condensed way? What I told you, not to write the atoms there. Any atoms, no hydrogen, no carbon. So how to write this one? Can you tell? How to write this one? Carbon is there. This carbon contains 2 hydrogen. This carbon contains 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. So this is the bond line structure for this structure. Clear? Not clear? Okay? ring negative, like a ring. And each carbon has got 2 H. So this quadrant there is a carbon and 2 hydrogen. Carbon to hydrogen, carbon to hydrogen. So this corresponds to this structure. Similarly, suppose you have got a compound like this. You know this is benzene. This benzene has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each carbon is carrying H, and there is a double bond there. So ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಏನು ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ like this. So this is called as bond-like structure. When you are writing the bond-like structure, you are not writing atoms. And looking to the valences, you should decide how many hydrogen atoms are attached to it. Looking to the structure, you must assess, you must think how many hydrogen atoms are present on each carbon. Look here, this is a carbon which you have not written. You have not written. Because bond structure will not write atoms. And this carbon has got how many valences? 4 valences. 1, 2, 3. What is there still? One more bond is you have to write. But you will not write that. You write like this one. It means here the carbon atom is carrying 1 hydrogen which you are not written. This carbon must contain hydrogen. Why? Because this carbon has got 1, 2, 3 bonds only. One more bond should be there. It means here there is H, which you are not written. Similarly here, carbon has got 3 valences. 1, 2, 3. One more on CH. So when you write like this, suppose you are asked to write the Lewis structure of this compound. Suppose you are asked to write the Lewis structure of this compound. How to write the Lewis structure? This will be Lewis structure. Here you are showing the atoms and also the bonds. Okay. So the Lewis structure of this is like this. Follow? So this is called as bond line structure. And in the bond line structure, suppose some groups are there. For example, OH is there, NH2 is there. These groups are compulsorily written. How? Let us take an example and experiment. CH3, CH2, 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 OH. Here, in the bond-line structure, you will not write CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2. You will not write. But this has to be written. OH you should write. Sorry, H type Allah. This functional group is completely written. OH should be completely written. Okay? Now suppose this OH group is not there. H is there. H is there. What is the bond line structure? CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. That means CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2. Like this. Okay? Here, one H is not there, OH is there. To write this OH, to show here, this carbon is attached to OH. That means this group is written here. So CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 and OH. Follow? Suppose it is like this. How to write this? Simple thing. CS3, CS2, CS2, draw there, H2. Okay? So CS3, CS2, CH2 and H2. CS3, CH2, CH2 and H2. Suppose I take another compound. Suppose it is like this. CS3, CH2, CH, CH3 and H2. Calculate triple. One carbon, you start here. CH2, CH, and H2, CH3. Here is CH3, add CH3, CH3, put the dry line here. Dry line here. So, this is the bond line structure for this. I will write another compound, many examples. Suppose it is like this. It is acid. It is acid called as butanoic acid. We will come to name of it later. Suppose this compound is there. How to write this compound in a bond line structure? Right? CH3. Start from here. CH3, CH2, CH2, C, Mundana, O, OH. This is a function of peptide. CH3, CO, right? So this is called as a bond line structure. In the bond line structure, you are writing only the bonds. If the functional groups are there, they have to be written separately. This is C is not written. This is attached to O and OH. So this is the bond line structure. Okay? So that is how the compounds can be written in three different ways. Lewis structure, condensed structure, bond line structure. If you got any difficulty, you can ask me directly. Okay? Let us see the remaining things.